This clip comes from the YouTube channel Mighty Mouse, where Michael shares his love for outdoor adventures, hiking, and fitness. His goal is to inspire others to stay active and healthy. Over the past 3 years, Michael has built a small but strong community around his exciting explorations and motivational content. In this video, he takes us on a camping trip into the forest with his new puppy, Belle. It's December 20th, 2024, and Michael arrives eager to start his hike and take in the beauty of the winter scenery. What he doesn't know is that the quiet woods are about to become the setting for a very unsettling experience.
I don't think I'll really go that much in, but I'm hoping that there's water. If there's not water, we may have to go all the way down. But my pack is definitely pretty heavy right now. I think everything still pretty well on there. Yeah. But a lot of that is food and junk that I can dispose of in the fire while I'm out here. Come on. Alright, so I found my camp. We had to come down a good bit. There's usually water running down through that. I might be able to run off and find somewhere in there, but I'm gonna set up, I think, between this tree and maybe that one there.
The forest feels calm and welcoming as he settles on what seems like the perfect spot for the night. Without wasting time, he starts building his shelter and preparing everything for a cozy evening with Belle. He feels excited for the night ahead, completely unaware that his peaceful adventure is about to turn into one of the scariest experiences of his life.
I got the fire pit made, the cod in there, gotta lay some stuff out. Belle's eating. We need to try to drink us of water and go get the rest, but she spilled some of her water, so she must not want it too bad.
With camp finally set up, he watches the sun dip below the horizon as darkness slowly takes over the forest. Even as shadows grow longer, his excitement doesn't fade. He enjoys the moment with Belle at his side, happy to share this adventure together. But as night fully settles in, the woods begin to change. Distant sounds break the silence, and the forest comes alive with the activity of unseen creatures. Michael realizes he isn't as alone as he first thought.
She definitely seems a little tired and kind of scared, maybe. I don't know. Is your nail okay? Definitely hear some animals, like coyotes or something. I'm not sure what that's about.
Off in the distance, faint howls rise up, coyotes. The sound echoes faintly through the trees, far enough away not to feel like an immediate threat. Michael tells himself they're too distant to worry about and shakes off the uneasy feeling. Instead, he focuses on cooking dinner, comforted by the fire's warmth and Belle's presence at his side.
I think she's definitely kind of like anxious or scared now that it's dark. I don't know how well you guys can see that. But yeah, just some smoky burger seasoning, you know. Got some buns. What are those?
With his meal sizzling over the fire, the forest feels calm and peaceful. The star-filled sky above adds to the beauty of the moment, and for a while, Michael soaks in the simple joy of camping outdoors. Still, those distant howls don't completely leave his mind. Though the fire offers a sense of safety, a subtle unease creeps in as he considers the chance that the coyotes might come closer, curious or bold. He keeps his composure, reminding himself that they're usually cautious animals. He eats slowly, trying to relax, but just as he begins to feel at ease, the night shifts in an unsettling way, exactly what he had been hoping to avoid.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like it's safe to say they're pretty close.
The air is split by loud, piercing cries. Coyotes, much closer now. Their howls and eerie screams cut through the still forest, and it's clear a pack has gathered nearby. Michael freezes for a moment, listening to their calls echo around him. The sounds are no longer distant background noise, they're close enough to feel threatening. He steadies himself, whispering reminders that attacks on humans are rare. Still, his thoughts circle back to Belle. Protecting her becomes his main concern, and the idea of leaving in complete darkness seems even more dangerous than staying. Determined, Michael decides to stick it out, hoping the coyotes will lose interest and move on before long.
Okay. So I'm just over here. Kind of setting up camp. Or setting up my bed, really. This is my sleeping bag. Oh no, bro.
The haunting howls return, this time even closer. Michael's unease grows as he realizes just how vulnerable he and Belle are in the middle of the dark forest. Beyond the narrow beam of his flashlight, everything is swallowed by shadows, leaving his mind to imagine what could be moving just out of sight. Minutes drag by like hours as Michael sits in tense silence, his ears straining for any hint of movement. When the howls finally fade, the crushing sense of being watched still lingers around him. He tries to rest, but the mix of nerves and the responsibility of keeping Belle safe keeps him awake for most of the night. The coyotes never return, yet their earlier presence is enough to leave Michael shaken. When dawn finally breaks, he feels a wave of relief as he packs up camp, eager to leave the forest behind. The trip becomes a harsh reminder of how unpredictable nature can be, how quickly a peaceful adventure can shift into something frightening. Thankfully for Michael, this journey ends safely, giving him a lasting and unforgettable memory rather than a tragic story. With that, let's move forward and explore the next chilling camping encounter. This is Frank, the fearless creator behind the well-known YouTube channel Franco TV. He's famous for sharing bold adventures where he explores creepy, spine-chilling places that most people would never dare to step into. Known for his courage and determination to uncover the unknown, Frank goes deep into some of the scariest and most infamous spots, always trying to find the truth that lies between the living and the dead. In this video, Frank takes on a cemetery with a frightening reputation. It's a place known for ghostly encounters, where many say spirits wander the grounds after dark. While most people would avoid it completely at night, Frank accepts the challenge, determined to capture real evidence of the paranormal. It's December 2nd, 2023. Night has completely taken over as Frank arrives at the graveyard. The cold air and heavy silence set the perfect stage for what promises to be an unforgettable investigation. Feeling both nervous and excited, he steps into the haunted cemetery, where every shadow and whisper feels like something otherworldly. "This is the location," he says quietly.
This is the location right here. I'm right now heading inside I just don't want to be seen with my camera too much because, not another dog. I'm always getting chased by some sort of dog. Alright. Just want to first make sure there's nobody in here.
Carefully, Frank checks every corner of the graveyard to be sure he's truly alone. The last thing he wants is an unexpected visitor. Once he's confident the cemetery is empty, he begins his investigation with his camera, an EMF reader, and his determination to reach whatever spirits may linger here. But Frank has no idea this night will go far beyond what he expected.
¿Cómo se llamas? Oh, there it is again. Were you what I just saw over there? I see something move by. I don't know what it was. It was the corner of my eye. I seen what just looked like a shadow, just kind of like brushing by there really fast. Was that you? The hell was that? Can you tell me if that was you talking? I'm getting spikes.
Suddenly, his EMF reader begins to spike. At this point, Frank doesn't know if he's truly making contact with something from the other side, or if his mind is playing tricks on him. The voice sounded so close, yet when Frank scanned the area, there was no one in sight. No footsteps, no movement, nothing to explain what he had just heard. It felt undeniable that he had made contact with something beyond the living. Nervous but strangely thrilled, Frank pressed on, determined to document everything he could. He kept asking questions into the dark, waiting for any kind of reply. Just as he thought he might be making progress, the atmosphere suddenly shifted.
Hola. Hola. Can you get close? I have somebody walking in here. Listen. They're saying something too. If it's just me, they're literally right behind this tomb here. I don't see anyone walking off. I do not know if I want to make it known that I'm here.
The possibility of another person in the graveyard instantly put him on edge. He had clearly seen a figure vanish behind one of the old, weathered tombs. His mind raced, unsure if it was a living person or something else. For a brief moment, he thought about retreating, but his curiosity and determination to uncover the truth outweighed his fear. After a tense pause, he cautiously decided to approach the tomb where the figure had disappeared. Each step made his heartbeat thump louder in his ears. Slowly, he peeked around the edge of the tombstone, hoping to glimpse the mysterious stranger.
This was the tomb that they went right behind of. Hola. ¿Cómo se llamas? What is your name? ¿Cómo se llamas? Try not to walk in any tombs. I literally just seen somebody walk through here. What is that? And they were saying Miguel. Looks like a checkerboard. ¿Te estás buscando por un Miguel? Are you looking for a Miguel? Hola.
Frank called out several more times, but no one responded. The graveyard had fallen silent again, feeling as empty as before. Confusion and unease washed over him. Then, as he wandered deeper into the cemetery, his flashlight fell on a gravestone. The name carved into the stone read Miguel. A chill ran through him. This was the same name he had heard earlier when the figure appeared. Instead of giving into fear, Frank pulled out his EMF reader by the grave. Determined to make contact, he whispered softly,
"Alguien estás buscando? Someone's looking for you, Miguel." Did you know that? ¿Sabes? I'm getting a spike. I just heard a noise over there. Look at my thing. Hola.
Frank's voice shook slightly as his equipment lit up. While it seemed he was making contact again, a strange, human-like voice suddenly echoed from the far side of the grave. The eerie sound felt unnatural, sending a chill through him. Uneasy but unwilling to back down, Frank stayed close, hoping to spot the mysterious figure he had glimpsed earlier. Carefully, he scanned the dark cemetery, trying to make sense of who or what could be behind this strange encounter.
I've been hiding in the side of the graveyard because I wanted to see whoever I just saw. I know they're still in here because I'm watching the entrance for how you get out of here. However, I was checking the thermal imaging camera and I think I found them. And they're standing right in front of this door. There. And it definitely is somebody right there. I'm going to see if they move. I'm a bit away, so I'm actually pretty far away from them so I can run out of here. Hola? ¿Cómo se llamas? ¿Está bien? Are you okay? What's your name?
But despite his repeated calls, the figure stayed frozen in place, not moving an inch. For a moment, Frank felt a strange relief, believing he was safe where he stood. That comfort faded quickly as the atmosphere grew heavier, pressing down on him with each passing second. His mind raced with questions he couldn't answer.
This is how it looks like from my phone. I could barely even notice anything there. But on night vision and thermal, you could see it really clear. Hola! ¿Estás solo? They're literally singing. It's a female singing.
Then, without warning, the figure began to sing. The voice was faint but unmistakably female, drifting through the empty graveyard. The sound echoed unnaturally, making Frank's skin crawl.
That is creepy. That looks like a freaking demon. ¿Cómo se llamas? What's your name? Señora, ¿cómo se llamas? Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm nervous. I feel like somebody's gonna push me from behind. Adiós, me voy. Holy shit. So I made it a little bit further back. They're still back there. See if I can see them on here. I think that's it. Right over there. I see like a bit of a black shadow there on my phone. I don't know if that is them. Let me zoom out. Holy. nervous right now because I look back there, I don't see the person standing there anymore. I'm just a little nervous because now I know that they're aware of me.
His voice cracked as he pulled back, putting more distance between himself and the strange figure. At that moment, Frank decided he had reached his limit. He turned toward the exit, but before leaving, he glanced back one more time to see if the figure was still there. To his shock, she was gone, vanished without a trace. Fear crept over him, but his curiosity kept him frozen in place. He stepped outside the cemetery wall, his heart pounding. Then came a chilling discovery.
I'm literally standing outside the graveyard right now and I could still hear singing. Listen. That is so creepy. Hola. ¿Cómo se llamas? Listen. Buenas. That is so creepy. I'm gonna see if I can go inside just to do a quick look. I'm not going too deep. Hola? No, screw that. That is terrifying. Holy crap. I don't know what the deal is with that.
His voice cracked as the eerie singing echoed in the distance. Completely unnerved, Frank gave up on his plan to stay the night. Fear finally overpowered curiosity, and he rushed out of the area as fast as he could. But even after he was safely away, the encounter refused to leave his mind. Who was this woman? Why was she singing in the middle of the night inside such a chilling cemetery? The questions swirled without answers, leaving behind a mystery that may never be solved. This strange event became just one of many unsettling encounters Frank has caught on camera.